Hello, everyone. Today I have with me my beautiful client, Nicole, and we're just going to chat a little bit about her journey coaching with me. So, Nicole, why don't you tell people what you do, where you're from, and what made you want to invest in yourself for coaching?
So I am a loan officer for the past 3 years, but have been in the mortgage industry for 34 years. Kind of done an array of um, positions within the mortgage industry, including underwriting. And, I had just hit this plateau every year for the past 3 years. We just hit this income limit, and I felt like in having a great conversation with the past client of yours.
Yeah.
It was energetic, and I just love how she was expressing her growth. And I just straight up asked her, "Do you have a coach?" And
It was probably the most direct. You're just like, who's your
I
coach?
did. I was like, "Do you have a coach?" And I remember her saying, "Wait, what? And do I have a coach?" Well, I did have a coach, and we're still friends. And I have a different coach now, but she helped me get past,
Right.
what I needed to. And I said, "Well, can you pass her number along? Because I feel like I'm there." And I always struggled with investing in myself, like an enormous amount. I'm not enormous.
Yeah, but people do.
But I'm
You
just saying
invest
it's
in.
more than what you would normally,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So,
Yeah. A lot of
and
people
so
are afraid to invest in themselves. They invest in other people, other things, travel this, but then when it comes to themselves, they're like, ooh. So it's a worthiness thing, I think
it
you,
was
yeah,
definitely, yeah.
yeah.
But as you know, I came to you in tears, ready to make a change.
Yeah, you really were ready, and it was like you said, it was easy conversation, very energetic. And I think you came in thinking like, okay, help me with like you want to help with your business. You had reached a business plateau and you have broken through that plateau. So let's first kind of talk a little bit about that. What did you realize about the plateau through our work and why do you think that was happening?
Um, well, first of all, I was overcommitting to way too much. I felt like I needed to be everywhere. In our industry, we do a lot of events. There's a lot of different organizations that you can be involved in. There's open houses I can do practically a day if I volunteer for it, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I was already involved in an organization, and then I was doing a lot of people pleasing. I just wanted to make everybody happy, but I was completely miserable.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just pause there because I know so many women listening to this are going to relate. So when we first met, Nicole was overextending herself. And a lot of the things, some of the things you wanted to do, I know you're like excited about, but a lot of them you were just like, I don't even want to be there, or like, I feel like I have to do this, like that obligation. So putting everyone and everything first, really before your own needs. And like you said, like I overextended myself to the point where I was miserable. Then that starts to affect your health, your mindset, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with your partner, and your relationship with your business, which that's
Yes.
what kept hitting that plateau because you didn't have the time to have clarity to let's think of marketing ideas, let's expand here, let's so yeah, that was a big thing for you, right? Working on that.
Yes. Huge.
How did you feel? Huge. Still working on it. How did you feel when we first started working on the people pleasing? Because it's typically very hard. It's a hard thing for most, especially women, to break through. You feel bad. You feel like, ooh, I'm inserting a boundary, and now I feel bad that I'm saying no. How did you feel? Like, what was your process?
Um, it's like that detachment feeling, right?
Hmm.
It's like, oh, I really can't let this go. This is who I am. But you can still be the same person and say no
Hmm.
to
Yep.
certain things. You don't have to say yes to everything. And at that, I was in a stage where I just felt like I always had to say yes to everything. And because if I didn't, then, what if I could get more business doing by being present at
Yep.
that. But no, there's different ways to get business. And I feel more present now. I feel a sense of relief. I feel a breakthrough. Um, and it just feels better. It
Yeah.
feels so
Like,
much better
yeah,
to be
like
able just to say, "Oh, I cannot do this," and not, and you don't even have to give a reason why. You
you
just,
don't. There we go.
yeah,
That's another thing we worked on.
yeah,
You're like, wait,
yeah,
do I have to, like Nicole would be like, do I have to say? I'm like, nope. No, it's a complete sentence. That is it. And that was hard for you, but I'm very proud of you because you really started to assert yourself. I know you had some difficulties with some of the people you were working with, and you really stood your ground. That was a big area of growth for you too, standing in your own power, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that in our business and many and maybe in all sales type
Yeah.
position,
Mhm.
you partner up with different personalities and you still feel like you need to people please because they're your client,
Totally.
but you still need to have boundaries and not tolerate
Certain
certain
things,
behaviors.
behaviors. Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, I would always pick up my phone until like 10 p.m. and it's not great. It's not good for the relationship to not have those time limit boundaries. Not everything is pressing
Right.
and yeah, an
Yes.
emergency.
Right.
Nothing is going to be handled at 10 p.m. at night.
Yeah.
It
Most likely not.
flow into the morning. I'm fine with a 7 a.m. text because I'm an early bird,
Yes.
but a 10 p.m. text or phone call if that can wait, or a text that says you don't have to answer this now, but tomorrow morning can we work on this or talk about this? So
Yeah, and
yeah,
I'm proud of you for asserting that because what that allowed you to do is to see like, wow, I'm really becoming well, you said the same person, but you're becoming a different person in a way too, because you weren't doing that before. You were letting certain people kind of step all over you, get into your energy, and you're like, no, this is not going to help me grow. So you became very clear within that, which I was really proud of you for as well.
yeah. Well,
So,
and the type of person that you want to work with and partner up with, because it's really important to you. I think for a lot of loan officers, we feel, and it's true because you do have to grind and hustle
yeah,
to get the business. And in the beginning, you do want to make everybody happy. You want
sure.
to answer your call.
Yeah,
It's hard to start off on a commission based position
yes.
and not having that, but then once the business starts to flow, you get to a certain stage where you don't have to do that anymore. You can pick and choose who you want to work with.
Yes, that was it for you. I was like, you've been doing this for 30 years, like you said, different positions, but like, you don't have to work with this person if you don't want to. And you were like, you're right. You're right. I don't need to do that. So I just think once again, it goes back to like standing in your power. Let's talk a little bit about the business growth because it's been really amazing for you. And I know we're talking about procrastinations. Like, are you tracking, like getting you to track, getting you to pay attention to those things? So talk a little bit about the shifts in your numbers and your energy and everything around your business.
Yes. So now I'm working on a process, right? Implementing different processes in the system because I think in the beginning, our first 3 months was just shedding, you
Hmm.
know, all the things that
Yeah,
were holding me back.
totally.
And now that I'm feeling that relief, that breakthrough. It's like, okay, now I can communicate better. I can breathe. And
Yes.
now I'm ready to implement the
Hmm.
processes. And
Yes. Let me interject there because that's really important. You shed pieces of your identity, ways of being that were no longer serving you, which were blocking you from getting to that next level of business growth. Once we worked on shedding that, you started to get more business, things started to pick up. So it's like you really did have to release a lot of old shit, let's just be honest, for you to step
yeah.
to this next level. And now, like you said, you're working on the integration and the processes so that way things could be even more streamlined as you get more busy.
Hmm.
Love
Yep.
it. Yeah. Like identity first, then the business strategy follows. Because if I just tried to say, okay, Nicole, let's just go straight to the business strategy to get you your business up, and you still were operating this people pleasing, overextension energy, you would have capped again.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
most definitely.
You would have became even more though. You're already kind of bottlenecking yourself there with the people pleasing. So it would,
Well, and that's happened to me before,
mm,
because I came back on this side knowing all the things that needed to be done. So
right.
you know it. How do you implement it? And then when you spread yourself too thin, then
You can't.
you're no good to yourself or anybody.
Yeah, you can't.
And so I knew already that I needed this. I needed the accountability. I needed the coaching to get me through that.
Yeah. And what I loved about coaching with you in particular, you're very open. I give my clients access voice memo to me. And you actually, some people never utilize them. Like we utilize it. We did a lot of in between our coaching calls, the voice memo, the back and forth. Like, how did you feel? Do you feel like that really helped you in between the calls?
Oh, tremendously. Yes. Otherwise, there's no way I could wait another week for our phone call. It's like, no, I need
I
to
need help
chat
now.
now.
Go jams, SOS, emergency. What do I say here? And I love that kind of energy because I'm here to see you through the highs, but also there's some lower points, some frustrating points, and not just in your business, in your relationship, things going on. Like I'm here to walk you through all of that. So
Oh gosh. And it wasn't just the voice memo of, I'm struggling with this right now. It was, guess what? I have a win I need to share with you. And you
yeah,
celebrated that with me.
yeah,
So
of course.
it was
You had
the
so many wins. I was screenshotting, I couldn't keep up. Okay, another closing, another extra. Yeah. So amazing. Anything else you want to add about just how you're feeling, the process, anything?
No, I mean, I'm just feeling amazing. I feel like it was the best decision I ever made, the best investment,
Thank
like,
you. Wow.
like really, because I have held back for so long deciding whether or not to make an investment in myself with coaching because I listen to a lot of podcasts and it's just deciphering like which one is the best one for you. And when we first met, the
Mm.
energy was just spot on. So
And there's a lot, yeah, there's a lot of different coaches. I mean, someone in your position could have easily been like, I just want a business coach. But what I do is a bit different because we're going to touch the business, but we're going to do it from a lens of identity, work on who you are and who you're being. And then of course your business is going to grow, right? So that's the high performance, leadership aspect. So yeah, our energies were definitely very aligned and I'm so appreciative of you and so proud of you. And your company is very lucky to have you. Also, side note, we manifested for you like a kick-ass sign-on bonus. We forgot to.
yes.
Okay, so I gave Nicole a number. I was like, you're going to ask for this number. She's like, why that number? I'm like, that's the number I channeled. Ask for this number. And this number was like double, literally like practically double than what she was going to ask for her company. And she said the number confidently, powerfully, and they were like, no problem. Boom,
Boom.
boom. Love it. Well, on that note, thank you for being an amazing client and friend. And I'm just excited to see you spread your wings and grow even more.
Thank you. Thank you for being amazing. Love you.
Love you. Bye.